Hello and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea and today I would like to share with you more messages I've received from the 25th dimension. The hypnotist in this particular session was my friend Lorraine, just because I think Carolyn needed a break. She's done so many of these things with me and I am very grateful, but she will be back. I already have a session booked with her very soon. But in the meantime, I have prepared questions that Lorraine helped me ask at 25th dimension. And sometimes she does come up with her own questions as well. And you'll see the first question actually is from her. And I know that this question is similar to what many of you or many others are wondering right now. So I thought it was spot on to ask this question, and I'm glad she did. Before we move forward, I'd like to ask you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And please do leave me a comment below to let me know if this resonates or just to say hi. I love hearing from you and see where you are with things in general. All right, so let's move forward. Lorraine. So this is a question that I had. If I look at things from a graphical perspective, meaning we exist in multiple energetic spaces at once, and we create everything through our intent, what is the reason for a time lapse of dismantling the game? Me. This has been due to the fact that we have wanted everyone to be safe and to get exactly what they wanted. It would have been quite easy to just have everybody move in non-embodied form to other realities, the way that it has been done 2 more times in the multiverse in the past. However, because we have wanted to do something new and we have wanted to move with our bodies, or at least a big chunk of the population will move with their bodies, there have been, one, a lot of souls have incarnated here, which has made it even more challenging from a logistics perspective. And this has taken time. And because of this is what the timeline has been tied to. However, because the game has become particularly boring and and repetitive lately, things are accelerating as everybody's ready to see this finished and done, including the aliens who've been waiting to host our friends. And everything is ready. So really, this could happen in a second. This is just a matter of now making the transfer. Lorraine, thank you. So because we decided to do this with some of us retaining our physical forms, this is why we're having this delay. And by delay, she just means that she wants it done yesterday, okay? As many of us probably wish as well. Not that there is a delay in the timeline. She's just feeling impatient and ready to be done with it. Me, that is correct. Our friends on other planets, they have had to accommodate. They're going to have to accommodate millions, hundreds of millions of people. These are planets where they have very small populations compared to the human population, and they're concerned. They don't know what they're going to be dealing with. It's not just a matter of bodies showing up. It's a matter of making sure that their way of living is not upset. They don't know what to expect from humans, because all they can see right now is that we are very dangerous people. And can you blame them? We have this reputation that will need to be handled so that they have graciously allowed us to go to their planet. However, they're also being cautious. Lorraine, I completely understand that. So just so I can understand from a creation or a disintegration process, our focused intent on a structure being a certain way. If we withdraw our attention from it, would it completely disintegrate? In other words, could we, if we all drew our attention away from this matrix, in an instant disintegrate this reality? Me, yes, it would. The only thing that gives reality to anything is our focus on it. Lorraine, thank you. So you have said in the past that we, the light workers, will be staying here after all other essence projections have moved to their chosen conscious locations, since there is a multitude of matrix games that we have created in every dimension. What is the reason for us light workers staying here beyond the last of those that are going to the third dimensional places and the alien places? Me. It's pretty quick after that. Those are the people we are waiting for. The people going to the people going to New Earth will go shortly before we leave, meaning right after the people are being picked up, the last people are being picked up. They are the biggest chunk of the population, these first two groups. Right after the people get picked up by the ships, the people to New Earth will move very, very quickly. And we will be gone a few minutes after them. This doesn't take a long time. The biggest issue has been the logistics of the bodies moving. We are not moving with our bodies. Lorraine, thank you. Okay. You've told us that there is no solar flash, but it's simply the matrix breaking down. So we see more light coming from behind the game board. However, is our ability to see more of the sun and the reality behind the matrix curtain helping to increase the frequency on this planet? Me. What is happening is that, yes, there's a little bit of a virtuous cycle or vicious cycle, if you want to call it that, because the matrix is thinning out on this planet. The veil is thinning, as they like to say. The sun coming in, of course, brings its own frequency as well. And therefore, and we're laughing here, we actually are having an extra hard time, or extra work, I should say, keeping this matrix in place, because the sun, the central sun, the sun, this light that we see come through, it does have the ability to break down the matrix, but we're keeping it in place. We don't have to worry about that being an issue. At the same time, people are feeling it. So if you want to say that it is raising the frequency, of course, it has its own frequency that's much higher than the 3D frequency we have lived with on this planet. So in that case, yes. However, again, it is not a cause and effect. We are causing. We have caused this. We have started the process by the matrix crumbling. But now, of course, as the matrix crumbles and we have the sun, showing up in places, that also adds to the frequency of having this matrix crumbling. You have to understand that this matrix is created. This particular matrix around this particular planet is created by keeping us in a small range of vibration. And therefore, when the vibration increases, which has been happening because of several events, we do risk things crumbling faster. However, it's not to worry. Everything is going on schedule, meaning that the 12,000 are keepable. We knew this would happen, and we are holding it together. It will stay together until it is necessary for it to hold up. So I'm just going to read a note here, a comment that I made when I was transcribing this information. I wrote, in other words, there are people out there saying that it's a good thing that the sun is coming in, but it's not necessarily. It's not raising the frequency in a good, beneficial way, because the raising frequency, contrary to popular belief, is not the reason we're getting off of this planet. So it would actually be easier for the light workers to hold the grid in place if the sun's light wasn't so much more visible, it felt these days. The reason I made this note is because, as you probably know, by watching most other channels, well, all channels that I'm aware of, which certainly is only a small fraction, I'm sure, of what's out there, are saying that we're getting the solar flashes because it's a good thing. It's increasing the energy and therefore we're ascending. Again, this whole game of ascension is not real, but so many people are moving to hang out to planets where there are aliens. So go hang out with the aliens. And that's what most aliens believe. And therefore, in order for these people to align, they have to believe that's true. So they would be drawn to this type of message. And even these channelers, these people are bringing these messages, many of them are going to hang out with the aliens. So it makes sense that this is the message they would be spreading, okay? For me, I know I'm going to New Earth, and on New Earth, it's going to be known that we live, the Matrix is a game, and that we live in a game, in a holographic reality. So I don't need to believe in ascension. It doesn't make me feel, better or anything. And therefore, for me, I received this information. And for a lot of people, this does resonate, because I know a lot of you guys watching this are most likely going to New Earth, just as simple as that, or you wouldn't have found this because it's not value adding to you to even know this, that we are living in a game, if that makes sense. All right, Lorraine, thank you. In Hinduism, They talk about different ages of Earth called yugas. They say that we are living through the end of an age, the Kali Yuga, which is dark, and moving into the lighter age called the Satya Yuga. Is this true? And I hope I pronounced these right. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. Me. These stories, these scriptures, these traditions, they refer to eras on this planet that were tied to some of the evolutions we have seen that were parts of resets. However, this was not endemic. This truth is not a truth. It is not endemic to this planet. It didn't have to work that way. Now, there are other planets that do believe in this way of breaking down time and eras. However, as you know, we can change anything at any time. This is one of the things that's going to happen on New Earth. And this is one reason why a lot of other civilizations are in a way afraid of us, even if they think we're going to do good things. And not everybody does, of course, because we are not going to abide by these made up rules, these game rules that they have created, like calendars, universal calendars that also deal with these ages. Another one is the age of Aquarius. There are many civilizations that believe in this. This is how they like to break down their own games in terms of these ages and phases. The truth is, on New Earth, we'll know this is all a game. We don't have to go through anything. We can recalibrate at any time. We can pretend anything we want if we want to. We will be able to know that it's not true. So even if we decide to play a game, and we will not be interested in games, but if we decided to play a game, we would know it is a game. And this is the reason why we are not even going to deal with that. We are just going to figure out how we've created this. We're mostly going to be concerned with how we created this, how we transmuted this energy into our own bodies. And now we can manage this power, this energy. We are not going to be so focused on games, rules, limitations, even these time limitations. We know very well time does not exist. These ages do not exist. These were just changes in experiences. And therefore, for your next question that you're about to ask me about the Aquarius age, that's also just a story. And I did have a question, follow-up question, talking about the Aquarius age. Is it real? Is it correct? And they're saying, no, it's just a story. Lorraine. The people going to the alien experience, are they choosing to experience things like this, rising up in frequency idea? Will they be doing that? And will they be doing, the age of Aquarius kind of thing in their experience? Me. They will want to believe in that. They will be told. It's almost like when you go to another country and you're told the local customs. You're told how people think, how people believe. They will encounter this. Yes, they will. However, they always, as we all do, have the choice to believe in an idea or not, to adopt it or discard it, or maybe even adopt it for a little while and then discard it. So these people will continue being monitored. They have the ability, especially the ones that will go from these planets and eventually will raise their frequency to the point of being able to come to New Earth. They will have the opportunity, like every one of us at any time, to change their mind and decide to have a completely different experience. So they will be exposed to this if that's what you're asking. However, they don't have to believe it. They don't have to adopt it, but they can. And if that's how they want to live, they will be incorporated in that system. Lorraine, thank you. I do have another question that popped in. You've said that the people going to the 3D experience and the alien experience will have an opportunity, if they choose, to move to New Earth when they have cleared their frequency, raised their frequency. And you've said it will take 100 years. How will they, if they're agreeing to play the game of the alien world or the 3D world, how will they know to choose to go to New Earth? Me. Your soul always has the opportunity to choose a different experience at any moment. It doesn't even have to be something that has to do with New Earth or anything else. At any moment throughout your embodiment, your embodied lifespan, you have the ability to change your mind about anything. People will not. You mentioned people from 3D who are going 3D. They're not going to go to New Earth. They've already chosen that because of the experience they want to experience. They are not aligning themselves with New Earth. This will not happen because that is not their purpose in this embodied incarnation. However, the people going to other planets, they will know about New Earth intellectually. They will know because other planets know about New Earth. And so they will, because they're exposed to that, they will be able to, if they're willing, this is their desire, and they're willing to do the work that it takes to align themselves with New Earth. They will, of course, be able to do this. They could choose at any time. However, we have already explained that there will be more or less no more than 7 million people ever living on New Earth. So it's never going to be that many people. Many of these people going to alien planets, they're interested in scoping out some of these planets for the next incarnation. They're not necessarily interested in ever going to New Earth because we think of ourselves, New Earth is a place for humans from old Earth. This is how we like to think of it. But keep in mind, none of us are humans. And therefore, being a human is just another experience that you can have in the multiverse. But there are so many choices. New Earth, of course, will be very, very special. But at the same time, many people come into the matrix to explore the game. They're not necessarily interested in having a consciousness level that's close to the 25th. We will be so close to the truth that it would not necessarily be a fun game to play for most other essences in the multiverse. I'm going to finish reading from the transcript here. However, I do want to leave you with this, which will come up in one of the following videos. The 25th, I've discovered this, that the 25th actually has a plan for more people within the matrix to realize this is a game, not just a New Earth. So there is a plan going on, and I'll find out more about this for this information to become more encompassing. So apparently the idea is that even if we know that something is a game, we're still gonna have fun. So you don't necessarily have to believe in the game to have fun. You can play a game knowing it's a game, but keeping all your powers, like we are going to be doing on New Earth. So this is all very exciting. I will definitely delve more into this later, but I just wanted to tell you because I'm so excited about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do make sure that you give it a thumbs up if you have, and do leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video, and take care. Bye-bye.